Let's get ready to rumble!
Benzinga Nation, jam-packed show today. Peloton up 5%.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today.
Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies.
Mia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna.
The best trade idea resource out there. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Woo, we're back at it. There we go. And the stock market is back at it as well. Let me get the screen share going here. Boom, there it is. All righty. I saw somebody in the chat already throwing out Roku. I saw Wish getting thrown out as well. Look at that. Wish up 15%. Of course, Corsair, CRSR. Look at that one up 16%. And everybody's favorite, AMC up another 16%. So, guys, it's Monday. The market is back at it. These high flyers are running again. Well, and the same thing, we got SPY just hanging out flat pretty much all day. Futures were flat last night, pretty much flat today. Let's grab some of these other ones that are coming through. Wrap, is that another one that's moving? Holy crap. 13% Wrap was on the show last week. Oh, we don't have air horns today. That's all right. We'll figure it out. And then TSP, is that another one that's running? We have a lot of runners. 20% on True Simple Holdings. What is this stock? Happy, if you know what the stock is, drop it in the chat. I don't know what this one is. But, guys, it's Monday. The market is moving. SPY is flat. Everybody's favorite stocks are running and gunning. So why don't we start today off with a little bit of fun? Check it out. I have our Google Sheets open. Okay. And this is unique. We don't usually do this, but we're just going to jump right into it today. All right. It's Monday. It's some community time, some family time. I'm going to change this link over to everybody in the chat. We're going to run a competition. Okay. Everybody in the world can edit this sheet. We're doing AMC price guess, end of the week. All right. We're imagining that it is this time on Friday, 5 days from now. What is the price that AMC is going to get to? I just dropped the link in the chat there. Column A, put in your name. Column B, put in your price guess. For reference, let's get a current last price check on AMC up here. AMC. Switching it back over. All right. AMC, we have 57.35. That's what we're going to call it now. 57.35. That's our current price right up at the top of the sheet there. Okay. Again, column A, you're going ahead. You're dropping in your name. Column B, you're dropping in your price guess. This time Friday, noon Friday. That's what we're competing for, guys. Whatever two people get closest, that's what we'll do. Whatever two people get closest, we will give you a free month of Benzinga Pro, pro.benzinga.com, pro.benzinga.com. That's what the prize is. We're going back to the basics. We used to always do the shirt giveaways. We're going back. We're going to do some Benzinga Pros, okay? So, guys, go ahead, get your guesses in there. There's no reason to sit out. You know, don't be boring, hanging out on the sidelines. You know, don't write where somebody else's name is. Scroll down the sheet and put it in. Don't worry, we won't lose you. We will get the guess in there. I'm dropping the link in the chat again. And, guys, go ahead, smash that like button, share the stream. Let's get this thing fired up. Let's get this thing going. While you all are getting that filled out, let me give you a little preview as to what we had for the day. I'm going to sell some calls against the Ford position. So Ford stock we've been doing well, coming down off of its high. So I'm going to use this opportunity to sell calls against the stock position that I own. So we'll be doing that live on this show. We're also going to be having our young investor join us in just a few minutes here. And we're going to be talking to the CEO of ticker SKIN, SKIN. You know that I am a sucker for some of these favorite tickers out there. And if anybody out there in the chat has specific symbols that they want us to take a look at, we might have a little bit of time today. I do want to talk about Ride. I do want to talk about the crypto stocks. And of course, I've got that forward trade to make where we're going to sell calls against the stock again and again and again. But again, everyone, if you are just joining us, hit that like button, share the stream. Up in front of us now, we're running our chat challenge where anybody out there can guess what the price of AMC is going to be at this time on Friday. Let's go run some of these. Let's see the max price, the min price, the average price, and the median. I'm curious where everybody's at with these. So we're going to say max of column B, the min, equals min of column B. We go average of column B, and we're going to go median of column B. All right. So reference price, guys, on AMC, 57.35. The most bullish Zinger, the most bullish member of Zinger Nation that we have out there is saying 85. The most bearish is saying 32.20. Oddly specific, but I'll take it. Average price, 57.27. Median price, $62. So that is where the community is at with this one. Again, guys, we're guessing the price at AMC. We're competing for a free subscription to Benzinga Pro. So if you have not gotten your guess in there yet, go ahead, drop your guess in the sheet. I'm going to close it in just a minute here. And again, guys, this is the Power Hour. This is the Trade Idea Show. I see somebody dropped ticker home in there. We will look at that one. If you have other stocks you want us to take a look at on this show, let's do it. But guys, it's been a little while since we've had our young investor here. I think it's time to bring him back. Always bringing us some ideas, and this is the Idea Show, so it's pretty fitting. What is going on, sir? Zach, our young investor, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. What about yourself, Luke?
I'm doing well. It's summertime. Look how beautiful it is. You know, nice downtown Detroit. Are you out of school yet?
I think it's still like a month left here in the UK, so it kind of sucks.
This okay. So you need to move to the States.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
from the States is times when the market opens. I would say if you're in school.
Wait, say that again.
I mean, I think though if you're in the States when the market's open, you're in school for most of the time, though, aren't you?
Yes, that's true.
So compared to here, I finish school at 3:00. Market opens at 2:30. So it's kind of like I only miss half an hour of it, then I can stay up all the way to the close.
Okay. All right. I see what you're doing there. And for anybody out there who isn't familiar, this is young investor joining us on the stream. He's freshly 13 years old as of maybe a month or two ago. And he does some awesome due diligence on stocks. Okay. Don't let the age, let you don't get any preconceived, notions as to what's going on. Right. 13 years old. He digs deeper than half the people in this chat. That does some really nice research on stocks. He's brought us a lot of tickers that we're not familiar with. So what has been on your radar recently, Zach?
Yes, I mean, I'll give you a quick update on Peak, and I'll talk about one of the new stocks I initiated position in on Friday.
Okay.
So Peak FinTech Group is a company, I talked about a few times on Benzinga. So it's a company based in China. The headquarters is in Canada, though. So right now, they connect small businesses.
And what remind me the symbol for this one?
PKKFF, or Peak FinTech Group.
PKKFF.
Yep.
So it's OTC, I'm assuming. Yep, it is. Okay.
Yeah. So
now I'm going to zoom out to a 1-year chart. There's a 1-year chart with daily candles, everyone, but keep going.
Yeah. So Peak, a Canadian-based company operating in China, connecting small businesses with AI-powered lending solutions on the app and their website. So you connect these small businesses all online with, let's say, one of the major Chinese financial institutions, and then take a 1 to 4% fee out of it. So that means Peak themselves do not take on any of the risk. If these people, let's say, don't pay their loans back on time, Peak also have kind of strict rules on who they connect these lenders to. So usually lend to people who have enough money to be able to pay it back fully. So these are companies which may want to bolster their cash reserve, just have enough to pay short-term liabilities with money left over. They've had a really good increase in their social media program. So they've got around 55,000 Chinese major social influencers on this program, So, these are influencers who want to create their own fashion brands, makeup brands. So they go to Peak, and then Peak help them get that lending which they need. Since I came on the show, Peak have announced Q1 revenues. They had Q1 revenues about $14.8 million. And Q1 is historically one of the worst quarters for Peak of the whole year, mainly because just no one wants to really lend in Q1 or get any loans. So Q2 and Q3 is what we're looking out for. Q1 was over 100, I think it was 120%, 140% year-over-year increase.
That's weird that there's some seasonality in this business, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, for last, I think it's like 5 years when they proper having actual revenues. Q1, you've always had a bit of a dip in. So I think they were up every quarter, but Q1 is not really a quarter you'd be focusing on. They were basically saying in the earnings call, so they've got a ShopX deal. So they're going to be giving all the suppliers of ShopX and their lending solutions. So they're expecting a lot. They basically hinted on the earnings call of having a substantial amount of revenue coming in from the ShopX deal. They've also got a JD.com deal.
Okay.
They're right now negotiating a deal.
So are most of their lending activities in China?
Yeah, so right now all the lending activities are in
Okay.
China. They're going to be expanding into 6 other countries in the next 3 to 4 years, starting with North America and moving on. You can look at something like Upstart. So Upstart is based in the US, and they kind of use a bank instead of software powered for the bank. So they're trading about, I think it's like 20 price sales, 25 price to sales. Peak right now have a $230 million market cap. And there's out of that $230 million market cap, where you'd be expecting around $90 to $100 million in revenue this year. So, everything the management said so far comes true. Management, they're never disappointed. I recently also had a guy called Sheldon Inwentash on. He runs a hedge fund called 3D Capital on my channel. He's very bullish on Peak. So he talks about a lot about that. So basically, Sheldon runs a kind of hedge fund called 3D Capital. He previously ran Pine Tree Capital, which he took from a $30 million market cap to a $1.1 billion market cap in the space of about, I think it was around 10 years or 12 years. So he was on the channel talking about his thoughts on Peak. He's thinking the stock's going to $50. I think that's conservative if you're going to put a 10 price to sales on it. So this company carries on that 150, 140% year-over-year growth as we've been seeing throughout every quarter so far. The company would be looking about at $800 to $1 billion in revenue by 2025. 800 on the low end, there's quite a big slowdown in growth. 1 billion on kind of the higher end. Seen about 10 price to sales. This stock's trading at about, I think it was around $60. And in Q1,
I mean, is 10 price to sales the ratio that it's getting right now, or are you saying that's what it should be getting?
Right now, Peak is at a price to sales of 2020 revenues of about, I think on 2021 it's 1.5 price to sales.
Okay.
On 2020 revenues, it's around 3 to 4. The company is also going to be profitable in Q2. A major announcement in the earnings call. They've had a real, climb towards profitability. So you're hitting profitability, and there's a Nasdaq uplist imminent. So that's just a bit of a recap on Peak.
Okay, so let me try to slow it down. I'm like the slow down guy on this show, as you're well aware, and let me try to recap the thesis. So the stock that we're looking at is Peak FinTech. It's ticker PKKFF. Somebody in Zinger Nation help me out. Drop the ticker in there for your fellow Zingers. But again, PKKFF. They do lending in China, looking to expand to 6 other countries. The reason why you're bullish on this stock is that the management has forecast strong revenue growth, and they've delivered on those forecasts in the past. And also there's room for some multiple expansion because the market isn't valuing the stock where it should be. And then sort of the third one that we have is a potential uplisting at some point in the future. How is that?
Yeah, that's basically the thesis. And I've started a small position in a brand new stock if you want me to talk about that.
You have a new one too?
Yep.
All right, let's light it up, baby. I won't stop you when you have stock ideas.
Yeah, so this is a company which recently uplisted to Nasdaq because it became available on my broker. They're
Wait, so Peak FinTech, can you buy this one, or do you not have access to OTC stocks?
Yeah, Peak's actually my biggest position right now in my portfolio at around, I think it's around 30%.
Wow.
Super bullish on the company. I've been talking to a fair few people. There's somebody who right now I think owns a significant portion of the shares I've been talking to recently. He's got direct access to the CEO. He basically messages him on on a daily basis. I was talking about what they're seeing in China, so he dropped some little hints about what they're doing basically, and he's not directly affiliated with the company.
Okay.
But, they've been seeing, according to him, some record Q2 numbers. The analysts are bullish on this one, under the radar, so you'll get a Nasdaq uplist. So the next stock is a company which just uplisted, so it became available on my broker for me to buy, and that is Skylight Health, ticker symbol SLHG.
Okay,
Yeah,
Skylight Health. There it is.
Yeah.
Sandy
Skylight
Lima
Health.
Hotel Golf, guys. Again, somebody in Zinger Nation, help your fellow Zingers out. Drop that ticker in the chat. But all right, tell us about this one. I don't know it. 200 million market cap. Looks like it could be interesting. It's in the chart we have up on the screen, everybody, is 1 year chart daily candles.
Yeah. So not CleanSpark. Skylight is a really interesting company which I got into recently. So Skylight right now are using arbitrage strategy with clinics across the country. So right now you've got some of your major players who acquire up small clinics. So these are companies like Oaktree Capital, which right now have half less of the amount of patients Skylight have, but more in revenue. And they're trading around 15 or 20 price to sales.
Yep.
So Skylight are so small, they're able to go in and acquire super small practices networks. So let's say 7 clinics. So this is a company constantly expanding. So Skylight buy these clinics, a group of clinics at there's 1 to around 2 price to sales ratios. They're able to also be very picky about the kind of clinics they choose, due to the fact there's a lot of them who are wanting to do this. So Skylight take these clinics and do a whole revamp. So they use strategies like Oaktree's done, these new kind of methods. So they take the clinics, are able to increase the amount of revenue per patient of about 5x. So they've been doing this with the CEO.
Wait. How do they increase revenue per patient 5x?
Yeah, so they're mainly focusing on bringing the patient in full blown. So right now they acquire lots of clinics, which these patients are going there kind of a part-time. Yeah, it's not the main kind of clinic. They go there because they quickly need to. And then Skylight, take the technology and kind of revamp the whole business model of the clinics, to bring on these patients full-time. So the patients go there, and then Skylight are focused on having professionals. So people focus on different areas. So Skylight, a normal clinic, would have to, let's say, recommend this person. They've got a back injury. Well, then they're going to recommend them to go to a different surgery, a different hospital, for that fact, to go get treated. Skylight have professionals there, so bring their own professional and take the revenue for that, instead of that patient going and giving the revenue to someone else. So they're trying to bring these patients on kind of full-blown, so they're not going to other clinics. It's all focused on Skylight right now, apart from matters which the hospital would need to deal with super serious things.
Okay.
Skylight are taking these clinics, increasing revenue about 76 quarter-over-quarter. So right now, Skylight have also focused on organic growth. So the CEO's basically been talking about recently, to demand the multiples they want for kind of Wall Street, you can't have just a company which acquires. It's not going to be the kind of thing which would provide returns. So instead, Skylight are also focused on organic growth, so it's increasing these clinics year over year, a substantial number of rate. So right now they have got around double the amount of something like Oaktree have. So Oaktree have a $12 billion market cap. Skylight at $250 million, I'm pretty sure. So this is a company which is forecasting $40 million for revenue this year. So Skylight are doing this whilst acquiring all these brand new clinics. They're looking to acquire about another $100 million of pipeline in the deal. They brought on one of the well-respected healthcare experts recently onto the Skylight board. They were looking around as if they carry on building up the clinics. So right now, revenue is the kind of thing where you're going to have to look for it a year, mainly for the reasons they've got to carry on revamping the new clinics, carry on changing the business model, and bring the patients in. So if they can really monetize all the patients, have all the patients full-time in those clinics, you can see about $250 to $300 million in revenue in about next year and a half, for all the different clinics, with all the acquisitions that are currently making. Skylight also have a secondary part of the business, the clinical stage. So these are major pharmaceutical companies which are going in and looking to get some clinical trials done with companies like Skylight Health Group. Right now, Skylight are in the bidding for 15 of these contracts. You get approximately $1 million per contract you get. So you've also all the increased customers, all increased network, they're able to bring all the patients on successfully to these trials. This is not including any revenue projections as so far. So you're looking at a company which also could have a really successful business of, helping these drug companies, testing out all the kind of drugs they're developing, all the new medicines, getting $1 million per trial. None of that's included in revenue projections. They recently won a contract a few days ago. So you're also seeing a company on a secondary business building up their clinical trials. So in my opinion, it's just a super exciting company. They're able to get financing successfully. They're looking to take some bond debt or some bank debt from one of the major people on their board.
Do you know how much cash they have on the balance sheet?
Yes, and recently I think they fortified the cash, so I think it was around the 7 million zone. So they've recently.
But if they're trying to do acquisitions, that's not nearly enough, is it?
Yeah. So Skylight, as I said, are focused on super small. So recently, that's around 7 million they're expecting left over.
Okay, so I see 15 million right as of the March quarter.
Yeah. So they're looking to right now. They've been bringing the cash on hand down pretty substantially. So they've got a huge backlog of kind of deals they're in the makings for. So they usually do a stock offering. So they've taken on no debt right now from all these kind of offerings to try and guess on the new acquisitions. So you could see a dilution, but from what I've seen from the CEO so far, he's more hinting towards a kind of a long-term bank raise. So you're looking at something which is going to have to be paid off in 10 years. And by the 10-year mark, it's all got to be paid off. You're looking at a company increasing revenues per clinic of 3 to 5x. Pretty easy for those to be paid off in time. So, it's a company I'm not worried about on the financial side. It's a company which is super fast growing. If they demand them multiples even near, in my opinion, it could be a 3x opportunity, 5x next year and a half, if they successfully, what they've done for the last year or two. And they all have successfully since they've done with all the current clinics.
Okay, so let me ask you this one. How did you find this stock?
Yeah, so I'm
it's a small stock, and I'm going to ask this one out to the chat. If anybody was familiar with this stock before we just got this awesome pitch, drop the one. If not, drop the two. I definitely didn't have this one on my radar, and I know a good number of stocks. So how did you find this one?
I get pitched a significant amount of stocks, on a daily basis. People flood my DMs. There are a few I remember, but I'm on a few Discord servers as well. So one of them, which is primarily a SPAC server, I'm quite well known. I've been in Peak with them for a long time. I brought Peak. They got me into. They showed me Peak originally, so I just did tons of research onto it after, and kind of made a decision that I was super bullish on the company. So there's a few people in there who are into Skylight. I haven't really done much research into it, but I've heard them talk about it before. Just something like when they said, buying this stock, selling this stock. So this is a server probably about 10, 15 people. So it's not a server like 5,000 people pumping and dumping every time. So it's just a small Discord server. So shout out to them.
Okay. All right, there you go. Bring in the ideas.
Previous, they were celebrating a NASDAQ uplist for the company, which obviously allows more institutions in. So I originally went to go really do some research into it. The first I think it was like 10 minutes. I was still trying to figure out what exactly the company did, because there wasn't a huge amount of information on the mission statement of the company. So I spent about 10 minutes trying to figure out what they did. So I read some of the 10Q, and what debt they got, what cash they've got, and then watched a few interviews with the CEO on. So I kind of just been building up my conviction recently. So I think it represents around 6% of my portfolio right now.
Okay.
I'm looking to carry on adding to it. I think it's a great play in the sense it's going to be profitable. Peak's profitable. It's basically going to be profitable in Q2. So right now I'm kind of focusing on kind of small cap stocks with, in my opinion, not a huge amount of risk in them in terms of revenue and profitability.
And this is a long-term holding, it sounds like, correct?
Yeah. So Skylight and Peak, these aren't companies.
For both of those, I guess. Will you give us your time horizon on them?
So I'm looking at a time horizon of about, if you're looking for a short-term trade, I think in the next 8 to 9 months, they will do well as soon as start catching attention. I think they're not going to be the stock which moves overnight until they do get a kind of attention. They do get the credit they deserve. So I'm looking about these stocks from around the 2 to 3 year time horizon. These are companies I'm thinking will make phenomenal returns in that amount of time with continued growth rates, continued profitability, fortified balance sheets. So these are companies full at low risk. So I think long term, these will be outstanding performers in my portfolio.
Got it. All right. And then I saw a couple of people ask about CleanSpark in the chat. Yeah. That was one that you had liked previously. Do you still like that one? And also, while we're at it, why not talk about Tesla as well? Another one that I know you've been hot on.
Yeah, so CleanSpark, that's done really well recently. It's up, I think, around 20% last week, at 30% last month. So, really recently since I've been talking about it. So after I brought the stock, I think it was around $18 I brought the stock at. It hit a low of around $13. You get all the haters when it goes to 13. Recently, it's been having a huge bounce. Companies been reaffirming it's not just kind of Bitcoin mining. They're really the only Bitcoin miner right now with a long-term future, because they've also got an energy side.
Well, Bitcoin mining is not the core of the business, correct?
Right. So Bitcoin mining right now, I think in the future will represent most of the business, but they're also looking at, they had the lowest carbon-free Bitcoin mining right now. So 95% carbon-free per Bitcoin, lowest in the whole of North America and in the whole world. So you've got the lowest right there. You've also got some of the lowest costs, extremely profitable for the company. They also got the energy side with the microgrids. The company's also been talking about recently, they're willing to be selling some of their technology to other Bitcoin miners. So that's another revenue stream they could be bringing in. The team and Brad could be. So this is a company I think.
All right, so you still like that one.
Yep.
And really quick, just because we have another minute, Tesla, where you have Tesla obviously down off of its highs,
Yep.
Still a spectacular 1-2 year run. Where are you at with this thing?
Yeah, I'll address what I think is the main concern right now with Tesla, and it's Elon. People talking about, Elon pumping Bitcoin, crypto manipulation. At the end of the day, Elon Musk does not have a huge portion of his wealth in cryptocurrency at all. He's probably got most of his money in Doge right now. So I think someone like Elon.
I got most of his money in Tesla. My message to the people who think that Elon Musk is a risk to Tesla. I mean, you got to zoom out to the 10-year chart. I mean, this company wouldn't be what it is without him.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at Elon's personal portfolio, it's obviously basically all Tesla. He's probably got a little bit of crypto on the side as well, which isn't really focused on he kind of just does it for the fun. At the end of the day, people, I don't know why people are so bothered about what he tweets. He tweets a meme. He tweets something about Bitcoin. At the end of the day, Elon Musk has a right under the First Amendment to free speech. He can post what he wants, really. He's not manipulating the price of Bitcoin. Tesla still has the main portion of their Bitcoin holdings right now. So you're looking at, with the main portion of Bitcoin holdings still, the reason they suspended it is just because he wants, I think it's around 50% carbon-free per Bitcoin. Going back to CleanSpark, they're 95%. So then you've got the Bitcoin Mining Council working for that. Some of the people who are, let's say, less environmentally friendly at 35% carbon-free per Bitcoin. That's like Riot and Mara. So you're looking at, Bitcoin's improving. So, at the end of the day, Elon is not here to pump. He's here. If he wants to post a meme, he does it. He works extremely hard. He works extremely long hours a week. He used to sleep on the floor at the SpaceX factory every single day. The guy's a true American success story. At the end of the day, if he wants to go on Twitter and post some memes because, it's a bit of fun for him, let him do it. I don't think it's any kind of concern to Tesla shareholders. Sure, something he tweets, something he says could hamper the company in, let's say, the short term. At the end of the day, it's not going to affect the long-term vision. We recently had the Plaid launch. The Plaid looks absolutely amazing. And I think it's the fastest production car ever made. 60 miles, 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. If you want, so that's around that. I think it's around $135,000 for that car. If you want to go buy a Bugatti, which actually does less, I'm pretty sure, that's going to cost you over $1 million. Lamborghini, a few $100,000. So at the end of the day, Elon's really building up this company, building up this vision. Autonomy is constantly improving every single day. So, these are kind of really the main core of my portfolio. The stocks I've talked about today are kind of stocks I'm most bullish on.
Awesome. All right, Zach. Well, it is a pleasure having you as always. There you have it, guys. Again, PKKFF. We talked about CleanSpark, CLSK. We talked about Tesla, TSLA. And then what was the new ticker? Give it to us one more time.
Skylight Health. So Skylight Health is ticker
SLHG. There it is. Alrighty, sir. It is a pleasure having you as always, guys. I see you in the chat asking if he has his own YouTube. The link is in there. Check it out. Subscribe to it. Give him a round of applause. Again, 13 years old, digging deeper than most of us. And really in love with
Subscribe and like this stream for Benzinga. I think most streamers got hampered ever since, I've seen, people like Spax Attack, just because some weak hands get shaken out the market. Benzinga's always there with their content. They never stop. The guys just keep pumping it out every single day. A whole load of shows. I think they're around 114, 118,000 subs. Last time I checked. At the end of the day, this is a whole network of shows. those kind of subs, it's crazy in my opinion. So smash that like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Boom. There it is. You heard it from the source. You got to listen to Young Investor. That's all I'll say. All right. So, all right, guys, how about that? There we go. Young Investor back on the Power Hour. First time in a few weeks. We were overdue. We were well overdue. And if you guys are just joining us, let me give you a little bit of a preview of what is to come. We're going to be talking about Ford. I want to sell some covered calls against that stock. Home. That was another one that was dropped in the chat that we said we would get to. And you know that we always deliver on bringing interesting companies, interesting interviews to you. So we're going to be talking to the HydraFacial company. CEO Clint Carnell is going to be joining us in just a minute here. So guys, like the stream, share the stream in the chat, drop the tickers you are trading. And I'm going to go ahead and bring Clint onto the stream with us. All right, Clint, welcome to the Power Hour, guys. Ticker SKIN. Again, that's SKIN. Somebody help your fellow zingers out and drop it into the chat. But Clint, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Luke. That's a tough act to follow, though. So I wish you would have placed me a little ways away.
I know. I mean, he's 13 and he shows us all up.
Incredible.
So
great to see you.
He's going to be Prime Minister of England one day or something like that. I don't know.
That's great.
But before we hop into it, could you just give us a little bit of a background on the company for anybody who isn't familiar? And for all of you out there who haven't looked at this chart before, go ahead and pull it up, or I'll make it even easier. I'll pull it up on the screen for you guys. I mean, it's been on fire. It's been ripping, but yeah, Clint, give us a little bit of that context, please.
Sure, Luke. Thanks for having me. Yes, it's the beauty health company. Our flagship brand is HydraFacial. The product is simply 3 steps, 30 minutes, the best skin of your life. I was brought in by Linden Capital and DW about 5 years ago, did the diligence, and we've been private equity run. Last fall, Brent Saunders, the former Allergan CEO, merged with us through a SPAC, and we've been really excited to get this company public and let all the people know about the benefits of HydraFacial.
And can you talk about the timing to go public? Like why now? What benefits does that bring to the table? Does it change how you're operating the business at all, et cetera?
Yeah, so we've been a really high growth company, a 50% CAGR top line for over 4 years, bottom line CAGR of 40%, and running the company about 25% EBITDA. So a really strong asset. And candidly, a year ago, we had planned on trading to another private equity firm, and I was going to stay on board. The pandemic really affected this company deeply back in April, May. But by June and July, we started seeing green shoots coming out of our Asia business. And in the fall, we were preparing to go public in the traditional fashion. From my standpoint, we were able to clean up the debt on the balance sheet, put $100 million of capital on, and this company has returned to its historic growth, really nice profitability profile. So we think going public is great because it's really a branding event for us because it's a very consumer-facing stock, and we're pleased to see that the market's liking the story so far.
And can you talk to us about the beauty industry as a whole? I know that it's a big market. I believe that it's a quickly growing market, but can you give us some context on the industry?
Sure. Going into the pandemic, skin health was one of the larger macro trends I've seen in kind of health and wellness, and I've spent my career in it. Coming out of the pandemic, it's even stronger. People are investing in health, wellness, self-care is one of the new terms out there. And as we all get back to work, your face is your calling card, and HydraFacial is one of the best things you can do. So I'd say we had macro tailwinds going into the pandemic. They've only strengthened coming out. There's a lot of discretionary income, and people are choosing to invest in themselves as they reemerge into the workforce. So feel really fortunate. Timing's good. And that's one of the reasons we call the company Beauty Health. We're that really natural bridge between traditional beauty brands and medical aesthetics. And that's where HydraFacial rests to help guide the consumer on their journey.
Okay. And going back to the product for just a second. So we talked about the industry. Now I want to talk where you guys live within that industry. Can you just talk a little bit about how you sell it? Is it a direct to consumer play? Is it to clinics? Is it to retailers? Just give us a little bit of context there.
Yeah, great question. This has a professional endorsement. About 65% of our customers are actually physicians or physician overseen sites. Think medical spas, derms, plastic surgeons. And plastic surgeons tend to have the most multiple devices. What's interesting is our largest customer globally is Sephora, where we really help create an experiential beauty experience in their skin studios. Caesar's Palace, our single largest customer in Las Vegas with 17 HydraFacials, and virtually everywhere in between. What's so unique about the HydraFacial brand is we meet the consumer where they are getting their skincare, whether it's Equinox, Lifetime, who are large customers, your local med spa, day spa. So we meet the consumer where they are, and then we help our customers be very profitable with our offering. It both attracts new patients, clients in, and keeps them in because of the nature of the treatment. It's something you can do every month. In 30 minutes, it feels great. You'll look great immediately. And then we show you this gunky canister, which shows you the debris we pulled out. And it's all for around $200, which is really accessible for consumers and makes everything else in the category better.
Okay. So when we think about your marketing efforts, is it that you're marketing directly to consumers, and then they're starting to demand it at their gyms or wherever it may be that they're at, or is it you're marketing it to the facilities, and then from there you're pulling in their user base?
Great question. Both. We're really strong in kind of the digital marketplace, and when we go out, as we know what lookalike audiences look like, so we'll be out on Instagram, Facebook, all sorts of TikTok. And we find consumers, usually when we find them, 85% of them have never had a HydraFacial. And then we set up physical activations or backgrounds where we work with our partners, the med spas, the derms, the plastics, to bring the consumer there. For instance, you may have seen that we just launched Glowvolution. It's basically a big, cool black semi. It unfolds like a transformer. And we were in Miami for 5 days, and we were treating consumers in the 13 stations because the semi folds out like a transformer to 100 by 100 facility, and we were treating consumers for 4 days. They'll go back getting HydraFacials from the professionals out there. So it's a push-pull strategy.
All right, so you brought up the transformer vehicle, so we're gonna have to stop on that for a second. Was it one of those things where your folks pitched it to you as like, hey, this is something you could do, and it just seemed so unreal, or like how does the transformer come about? Because it sounds awesome.
Yeah, so it comes from the underlying data. When people, if 10 people have never had a HydraFacial and they get a HydraFacial for the first time, 2/3 of them stick and 1/3 become really sticky. So if you haven't had a HydraFacial, it's just because you don't know about it. And what's great when you get one, not only do you stick, but you tell your friends. So it's a pretty simple business, execution play. We need more people to become aware of HydraFacial. So we're doubling up our marketing spend directly to the consumer, to your earlier question. We create these physical activations. Like we just had a pop-up shop in Dubai for 3 weeks. We had a pop-up shop in London. We treat a couple thousand consumers, most for the first time, and they become enthusiastic. They join what's called our HydraFacial Nation. So one of the secrets to the company's success is really active in the virtual marketplace. I think my oldest marketing person is like 31 years old, right? So really savvy digitally. And then we create these physical activations to create brand engagement. Our partners actually work those events typically for free for us, and they bring their business cards. So it's a really healthy ecosystem we call the HydraFacial Nation. And it's worked for us for 5 years, and we just keep supercharging around the globe.
Okay. I like it. And you've mentioned a couple times some of the non-North American business that you guys do. Can you talk a little bit about geographical distribution?
Yeah, so currently we're 70% Canada and the US, where we're direct, but we're in 87 countries overall. 30% of our business is outside the US. It's growing remarkably fast. All the markets are, but APAC and EMEA, we expect the rest of the market outside the US could be 3 to 4 times larger than our US market. The brand is the same globally. It's priced the same to the provider. It's priced the same to the consumer, and it truly is a global brand. So part of going public was to give the company the resources to invest in the international infrastructure. So I'm busy recruiting an EMEA team, an APAC team, and it really is a global phenomenon when you look at beauty health. And we're just real pleased to be participating in this macro trend and helping shape it as a category creator.
Okay. And let me ask you this. This is typically the hardest question that I ask, but I like to ask it every time. If you had to name one catalyst or one upcoming item that you're most excited about, what would that be?
So we have a series of, one of the other investment pillars is innovation. We have been winding up these new product launches. The code name is Syndeo, mean connect, and that's the next generation professional device coming next year. And it has a baby to it called Project Casa, which will have a different name. And that'll be a handheld device we'll be selling to consumers. One of the things that affected us during the shutdown is we didn't have an e-commerce business, so we had no way to interact with our consumers. So this is really exciting. That comes Q4 in time for the holidays on kind of a velvet rope rollout. It'll work just like the professional device, but at a lower level. So there will be a rollerball technology, a serum, and there'll be a gunky canister, and it'll work a lot like the Sonicare toothbrush in conjunction with your professional dentistry visit.
Wow. Okay. All right. That is exciting. And I noticed you mentioned the investment highlights, guys. I've got the investment deck pulled up somewhere on my screen. I really need glasses. So I'll go ahead and drop that in the link, everyone. So if you want some more context about the company, it's a good way to do it. And then Clint, what else? Anything else that we should talk about that we haven't already mentioned? I mean, I feel like you've given us a pretty good overview of the business pretty quickly.
Yeah, I watch for it. You know, we have our first quarter as a public company behind us. As the globe continues to recover, there's a direct correlation of the success of our company. And really pleased to not only survive the pandemic, but I think it made it a better company. We're coming roaring out of it. And I'd really encourage your consumers actually to book a HydraFacial and get the treatment. You know, we spent a lot of time on the road. We did a pipe talking to hundreds, maybe thousands of investors. And the channel checks are fantastic because it's simply the best thing you can do for your skin. And I'd love for your investors to not only be investors, but HydraFacial enthusiasts. It really helps solidify that brand engagement.
How do we find a clinic near us or like a service provider near us?
Yeah, just go to hydrafacial.com and go to find a provider. We also have an investor site up there that we're continuing to build out, but put in your zip code. There's a number of sites around there, and we always love feedback. So become a member of the HydraFacial Nation. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And I really appreciate the chance to tell our story, Luke.
Boom. Awesome. Clint, I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us. And guys, I'm going to pull it up again. Check out this chart. It's been on fire. It's something like, I don't know, 80% since May or somewhere along those lines, up another 6% today. Obviously, the market's been keen on the stock. So Clint, I appreciate you coming on and taking some time to chat with us.
Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it.
And whenever you have updates or news to share with us, make sure you let us know. We'll get in touch with your folks and make sure that we're on the list and can help get the news out about you guys.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Boom. All right. How about that one, guys? We are delivering on the ideas today, okay? There's only a couple things that I promise on this show. One of them is a soundboard, which doesn't work. So I missed one promise today. But the other ones are jokes. I still need to work on that one. And most importantly, trade ideas. We do promise that we're bringing you guys interesting trade ideas. We had our young investor on here. There we go. We just had ticker skin, HydraFacial on here. So I think that we're cooking pretty well today. I see Jason Raznick hanging out in the background. So I think if we get a few more likes in here on this stream, he might be coming on to hang out with us and join us. But all right, let's go ahead and pull up a couple other tickers that are on our radar.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm just sending a text. You did a lot of modification on that Catherine one. I was using that as a template for a text. And I had to really change it up because it was really focused on those guys.
Well, isn't that the way to do it?
I guess this one is to Ziff, you know.
You have the generic one is in your inbox as well.
Where?
Well, I'll have to give you the keyword. But remember, we wrote it together on Thursday night.
Yeah. I have it right here. I'm looking at it right here. Yeah, I'm looking at. I see it right here. We don't put numbers on it. We just put percentages. Do you think we should have numbers on it? Absolute like dollar, you know.
I think it depends.
Okay, I thought it should, but because all right, that's fine. I don't know. All right, we'll talk about that later. They're probably wondering why the heck is Jason and Luke talking about something in his email and they don't know what the heck we're talking about. So I apologize for that. I gotta say something. So I was on the show last week and I was talking about Ford, but I forgot the reason why I originally bought it. Yes, you helped me. But one of the reasons I bought it was because the Ford Bronco that's not out yet. It is so badass. And then the next thing I want to talk about AMC. We have AMC is moving again. I still did not sell my shares. And so,
boom, there we go.
Yeah, so we're at $53. What percentage is that? I see that.
We got another 19.5%. So this is a 1-year chart up. Now I'm going to zoom it in. Here's the past 5 days on the stock. Looking pretty healthy.
What's the title for our show? Okay. All right. So yeah, it's moving and there's support here. So the question is, are there other stocks like this moving? Because you know how I like to find the derivatives. So can we pull up a real quick RKT? It's a mortgage company out of Michigan.
Yes, sir. All right. There's your rocket companies.
So you're at
2.5%.
Okay.
Yep, 21.20.
All right. And then can we pull up Wendy's, WEN?
Wendy's up another 1.5%.
Thank you. All right. So here's what we got. Last week, and you guys can take my quotes. My brother-in-law asked me to give him a no-brainer stock pick. Luke, do you remember? You probably don't because we talk a lot of stocks, but
Okay.
you asked for a no-brainer pick for me. Do you remember that?
Nope.
You did. And I told you take
Okay.
it to the I told you take a couple stocks to the bank. I said one was 6 SIX.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yes, I remember this. Okay.
Okay. One was 6, and the other one that I told you guys, I told everyone, the 400 people that are here right now, maybe even a little more. I said this other one. I go, I'm the jackass that tried to buy options on it, but they don't have options. And so when I went, then I just didn't do anything. So I went to buy options on it, and they didn't have options, so I didn't buy more. So I still own the 6,000 shares.
Okay.
But FGF, I told you guys why you need to buy it because it's op loans.
Yes, you
is going to
did
go
give
public.
this one too.
I
Okay.
said this was a no-brainer.
Yep.
I mean, I'm up 72.37%. I bought it at 522. I bought one of my biggest positions, which is 6,000. I bought originally 8,000 shares. Now I have 6,000, but it's at 54,000 from 31,000. I tried to buy options about 3 weeks ago. They didn't have it, and I said I should have bought another 1,000 shares. Then I didn't. Whatever. It is what it is. You know, I mean, it looks nice when the stock's up on the day, but when it's down, it really hits me. I mean, it's up.
It's your portfolio pretty bad.
Yeah, it's up $2,300 today. I'm like sending the Tesla. I'm up 2,600.
See, that's why I got out of Voyager the first time around. UIGVF. I got back in a few weeks after I got out, but it was just it swelled to be such a big part of my portfolio that it'd be up or down 5%, and the whole portfolio would swing based on it.
Yeah, and I got you. And the thing with Ford, Luke, they want to talk about Ford. It's a confusing play because yes, the F-150 is slick. There's some good things. I mean, it's not close to Tesla. The piping, there's things on the inside that are not there. But the problem with that is Ford makes money on service. Electric, you barely get any service. This is going to be a long-term trend that's going to change Ford forever. And I don't know what's going to happen. How are they going to handle it? I do not know. So they have a lot of catalysts in these electric cars coming out in that Bronco, right, Luke? But Luke, all it takes is this. I'll tell you, it takes one. So there's a writer at Barron's. When the writer at Barron's starts doing some research and says, "Oh, wait a second, electric vehicles require 80% less service." Oh my God, Ford's going to sell these cars. So it's going to be that there's going to be a cover of Barron's. I predict it right now. There'll be a cover of Barron's saying electric cars to destroy Ford ? Ford stock will drop 30% over that weekend or that Monday. I know it'll happen on one of these articles. I'm not saying that's the move. I own Ford. Ford. So be clear with what I'm saying. I own Ford just like I own HAYW. I'm not selling stocks as often anymore because that short-term tax. People said, "Oh, don't worry about taxes with stocks." Well, I am worrying about taxes with stocks.
Taxes add up.
They add up. So I'm keeping stocks longer. So my Ford that I have, like I'm still mad that I even sold any. I have 6,000. I have 9,000 worth, but I had a lot more shares and I sold them because that's when I was not worried about taxes. But
so here's my move on Ford because I own the underlying stock. Right, let's pull up the chart again so we can talk about this. Right, we saw it rip all the way up to 1650, now down to $15. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and sell calls against the stock, and so I'm looking at the 16 strike calls that expire in 11 days. So that's not this upcoming Friday, but the Friday after that. And I'm gonna go ahead and sell those. For each contract I sell, I get $13 credited to the account. And then the risk that I'm taking on is that I might have to sell my Ford shares for $16 within the next 11 days. So it's not a crazy risk.
So wait, how much are you collecting?
$13 per contract. So it's not a ton of money. But it's I would say a riskless trade.
If I want to make this for 1,000 shares, tell me what would I have to do?
So
$1,000, not 1,000 shares, $1,000 worth.
$1,000 worth. So you'd have to sell a lot of contracts then. You should only do this if you own the underlying stock.
I own 600 shares.
Okay, so then sell 6 contracts.
And what do I get?
And then so you sell 6 contracts, you're gonna get like $100.
Why would I waste my time doing that?
Because you can do it every week. It lowers your cost basis. And it's a good teaching lesson for the show.
Okay.
It's quite honestly the biggest reason.
All right, that's good. That's good.
That's why
That's
I'm
good.
doing it.
That's good. I remember I had that issue at Tesla at one point.
Boom.
But
I just filled it.
you just did. Okay. All right. So what other stocks that are looking nice for me today? GBTC, which is crypto. I have less. OSW, guys. OSW. I was down in that position for so long, and then I'm up now. OSW is the spa provider on cruise ships. I told you this was a long-term no-brainer. I bought this down as much as 20%. I'm up 11% on it. Did you guys do the Vegas show last week?
Yes, we did.
How'd it go?
Pretty well. We made our picks. The chat weighed in, so yeah, it was a good show.
Yes. Service market at J will still be there for combustion engines, and they'll still be for EVs, but the amount of service will be down by significant numbers.
Are the margins on EVs different than on
Yes.
combustion vehicles? Higher or
Yes.
lower? I would have guessed lower right now.
No, well, it depends. So Tesla makes its money on selling the car, not the service. Okay.
Yep.
So that is where the money's made. Ford, GM, Chrysler make their money on the service, not selling the car. You get
Yep.
it? So it
Yes.
changes it. And there's 70%, 68%, 65% less parts in an electric vehicle. And then with Tesla doing this thing, this fabrication of this mold, this 2 design mold that our friend that we had on the show, Sandy Monroe, designed 15 years ago. No one did it. They're literally going to cut out 30% of the warehouse of the shop lab, like the parts. They literally just changed the game. Tesla, when it comes to manufacturing, changed the game in a huge way. It is unbelievable.
All right. So Tesla, $615. You like the stock?
Yes,
I do too. I think.
I've
never bought a share of Tesla in my life, and this week might be the week.
Yeah, I mean,
I've missed out on a lot of run.
You know what's
now may be the time.
I'm finally back up 2.6% on Wingstop. Pull up a chart on Wingstop. Can we see the 6 month on Wingstop?
Yep. Let's see it.
Guys, if you're listening to this show, get us some likes. Get us 30 likes right now. Can you just do it? Thank you.
All right, I'll even show you guys how.
months?
Check it out. This is youtube.com. You're going to have a thumb on your screen. It's probably gray, okay? Mine's blue. Yours is probably gray. Go and click that button. That's the place to click, okay?
I didn't hit a like yet. I just clicked it. I was the 107. Whoever's the 130, please tell me. The 130, if you're the 130, I'm going to send you something. It says we're at 127. We're not at 130. Who hit the 130? Come on. Who hit the 130? 132. We're at 132. Let's go to 135, 140, 145, 146. Okay. All right. So, guys, and then next question is, if you're a golfer, hit the number 1. We're working on this outing in August. If you're a golfer, hit the number 1. Okay. So, Luke, is that the 6 month on Wingstop?
This is 1 year. There's 6 months for you.
Okay. So that was down to there. What price did that get down to?
It looks like we got as low as
112. Yep. So I remember I bought it. I was down. I didn't buy enough more share. I didn't buy enough new shares, but I'm finally up 2.6%.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
Holding the bag. So you're gonna let it ride, or what's the deal?
I'm letting it ride. But
do you think that the
Conroy Cunningham
difficulty
hit the 130? What'd you say?
Do you think that hiring difficulty hurts the stock?
It does because they don't have many people. That
it's harder to staff. It takes longer. People. I mean, you haven't ordered Wingstop, and I'm guessing it's been taking longer because they just are so short staffed at our local one.
Yeah, I mean it's well, I got kind of burnt out of Wingstop a little bit. This guy Michael Murray who works here, he kind of we gotta get Michael Murray's lease extended. It's coming up to June 15th. Okay, so this guy Michael Murray.
Wait, he moved. He said this weekend or something. Like
he
that.
moved, and he didn't tell me that. No, he didn't. There's no way. If
Ask
he moved,
him. He's right there.
Michael, are you here? Mm-hmm. Did you move? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Okay, I can't even deal. I can't deal. Look, I can't deal. I can't deal. I can't deal. Look, that's why I need to stay home, man. I literally can't deal. Oh my God. I get him a lease. He can't get in the place because he doesn't know how to get insurance. He moves out, doesn't tell me. We have insurance. I don't have any emails. I have nothing. Yeah, guys, this is the life of a frustrated individual, I guess. You guys don't know what I'm talking about, but that is unbelievable. Luke, thanks for telling me. Unbelievable. Like there's no slack to me or anything. Nothing, Luke. Wait, is Wingstop not in Canada, by the way?
I don't know.
Born to be free. I don't need an assistant. I need a therapist or some sort because assistant.
Well, we have good things going too. Okay.
Yeah, we do. I'm just.
We got a lot of good things.
Okay.
All right. Look at this.
Wait, look at this. There's no Wingstop in Canada, dude. That's a big. Okay, here we go. Let's look at that. Yep, get that up.
Wingstop spreads its wings to Canada. Hungry Canadians can get their hands.
So why is Casey saying there's no Wingstop?
Okay, so during the next 10 years, they're going to open 100 locations. That's not very ambitious. So that's 10 a year.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's
wow,
nothing.
Wish is #1 trending on WSB right now. Somebody's saying. Michael in the chat saying that.
Yeah, but will you pull up Eli?
Like LLY?
ELY.
Oh, golf.
Thank you, buddy. Yep. I mean, this run's not over. Mark my words. I don't own it, but mark my words. This run is not over.
All right, we need to look at Wish too.
Okay.
Wish 13%. Okay.
What do they do?
Was up more. Isn't that like where you buy cheap stuff? Wish.com. Let's see.
Oh, so we should go public.
Wish.
We
Shopping made fun. Yeah, it looks like I think you just buy random cheap shit from China.
Okay.
It looks sort of awesome, actually.
No, I've ordered from there. I ordered the mouse pads, the orange mouse pads. I couldn't find orange mouse pads anywhere. I ordered from there.
Okay.
They were cheaper than shit, but they sucked.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep, they sucked. Okay, wait. Will you look up at XYF?
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know.
What that is.
Someone said it's running. I don't know. I'm just looking at the chat. The chat, Zinger Nation. They, did you do
Yeah.
Have you done the call-ins lately, Luke?
Yeah, we did a ton on Friday, like almost an hour.
Hey, Luke, what is going on here? What's this?
X Financial. I don't know what this one is. Up 15. There's a crazy number of movers today.
Is that a small cap? What's the story?
Let's see.
Cayman Islands.
It's China wealth management platform in China. All right, so they should be a Benzinga customer.
Okay, so if you told,
let's see how big
Michael
it is.
Murray, because he better
$199 million market cap.
For what he did this weekend, he better be all over this one. This is up 15.5%, Luke. I don't see why isn't moving.
Oh
my God! One day I'm going to work on the news desk again, Luke.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
that's my dream job.
My dream is work on the news desk. If you guys love stocks and you want to cover OTC stocks for us, send an email at powerhour@benzinga.com. It means you love stocks. You're on it all day. You're covering 30 items an hour, and that's it. And
boom.
Yeah.
Still no air horns. If you want to work on our
wait, hey, hold on. Look at the CNBC on TV, Luke. Are they in downtown Detroit right now?
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay, Big D said they were.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's lying to us. I don't know.
All right, but guys, check this out. This is the list of movers, the biggest gaining and losing stocks that are over a $300 million market cap today. There are a ton of movers. You've got CRSR, that's a new Reddit stock that got some traction this weekend and is going.
Oh my God.
So that's all the crypto stocks.
So that means CRSR is moving.
Corsair, yeah.
Yeah, I know it. So that means GAN's going to be moving too eventually.
GAN, okay. What's the relationship there?
They make the gaming software.
Okay.
You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see. If Corsair is moving, I promise you, GAN, it's a 1780.
Wait, Corsair I thought was like computer games. No, it's like casino gaming.
Well, read the description, mister.
High performance gear for gamers and content creators. Yeah, this is like computer gaming. Like they were like an E3 presenter.
All right, fine. Maybe not then.
Maybe.
No, maybe you're right. You're right.
Hear me?
You're right.
Yeah, now we can.
Wait, someone said Clover.
Those aren't working.
Look at CLOV.
Clove, I checked it out. Sort of a boring day. It's up 3%. 1.7%. compared to what we had in this stock, right? This is the daily candles. Today's sort of boring. It looks like it's finding its footing though. So if you're a Clove holder, that's a positive for you.
Rohan, what'd you want, buddy?
Oh, I was just gonna say that Corsair makes like computer components. So along with like NVIDIA and stuff like that. Plus we had E3 this weekend. That's probably why it's running up.
Rohan coming in with the intelligence. Love
Boom.
that, man. Boom. That's what we need to do. Hey, wait, one more Luke. TSP from Happy Muhammad. TSP, Happy Muhammad.
TSP, Tango Sandy Papa. Two simple holdings.
Oh, I want to zoom in.
This is a nice day.
Let's see it. So why didn't they tell me to buy this yesterday? Like, where were you, Happy Muhammad?
You mean Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
All right, so it's an autonomous technology company in the global truck freight market.
What's the market cap? Let's see.
Market cap, you have looking
up.
There we go, 8 billion. So it's a good sized company.
Yeah, it's up 20% today, though.
Yep. And what about home?
Wait, why isn't there a why is it moving on TSP? Can you please tell me?
I don't know why there's not a why is it moving on TSP.
So I have to go to the news desk Slack chat.
Yep. All right, and then Jason, any opinion on At Home Group, ticker HOME? That's one that we got talked about earlier in the show, and I said we get to it before the day's over.
Hey, Luke, real quick.
50,000 items, accent furniture, mirrors, patio cushions, etc. I have no play on this one.
What do they own? Who asked about that?
I don't remember who asked about it. It was the first ticker that was in the chat. I said first ticker in the chat. We'll look at it before the day's up. And here's a 1 year chart. It's pretty pretty.
Why do I yawn so much, guys? I can't take it. I'm yawning.
Are you just a sleepy guy today?
Oh, so that gaming site Corsair also owns a gaming mentor site, a gaming computer company. Yeah, that's what like Benzinga is. We have these different divisions. Whoever wants to go build a business for us, let us know. That's why we asked you to reach out. Happy Muhammad has been saying TSP, GoDaddy, and DraftKings for weeks now. I've owned GoDaddy since the IPO. I bought it in that thing. Unity's moving too. Unity.
I really like Unity. I'm not in it, but it's one of those stocks
I used to own it. I bought it like at 140, then it went down. So who does the whims, dude?
Randy. Randy's our guy. Okay. All right. Anything else? I'm gonna get back to building.
Yep, we have
busy day, big week.
Don't we have technical? Don't we have technical coming up?
I believe so, but I'm not certain.
Yep. So I think we do. I'm liking Eli, but I told you guys about FGF. I told you about BTN. I told you, and I listen, and I give you my confidence in 6 and 60. I don't know. We'll see. Upwork back over 50. Leslie's moving up. Squares up. HAYW. Twilio back. It was down to 280. Unity mentioned on CNBC. I hope Aaron Eckhart covered that. Aaron Eckhart, hope you covered that. Is Aaron Eckhart here?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Do we have to go to Neil?
Let's kick it to Neil.
If you're listening, check out Benzinga Pro. BenzingaPro.com. Okay. Go in there and look at that screen.
Link is in the chat.
That screen that Luke showed, you could see the biggest gainers, and let E-Trade know that you want news from Benzinga. You can, if you already did it, you can do it again, and we'll send you more swag. We need Aaron Thomas to send out 50 packages every Friday. We have jackets, t-shirts, shorts, underwear, socks, whatever it is, condoms, whatever you guys need. Benzinga this, Benzinga that. So, go for it. Let them know. We love you guys. Thank you for your support. Spread the word. From Aaron Eckhart is on vacation this week. Okay. So how are we covering this stuff? Shubs, hopefully you have someone else, buddy. Hopefully you have someone else, Shubs. Don't let us down. We need you here, buddy. We need you. We need you. Shubs for president. Come on. Think Shubs can do it? Maybe Shubs should start writing again, Luke. What do you think?
At least his Thanksgiving post.
Yeah, like every and release it.
Or like we could do like a letter from the editor series. Would be sort of cool.
Every week.
Oh, I was saying every day.
Every day, I would like that too.
Here's what we're watching. Here's what the most read stories were. I mean, that could be like a really nice catch up for somebody. Just throwing that out there.
I hear you. So there's no one responded me on TSP. Charles Gross did.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
let's pass it over to Neil, guys. If you want to get technical,
I bought Genie last week, and I'm down on it. So someone gave me Genie, and I'm down on it. I'm not a happy camper, guys. You're telling me I should buy
Genius
more now?
Sports.
I'm down 4%, Luke. I'm down 7%. I bought 400 shares. I'm down 7% on Genie.
Damn
Because
it.
someone in the chat told me to buy it. So Duke the Fool, I'm in it, dude. You think I should buy more? I don't know. All right.
All right. Peace out. Happy trading, everybody. We will see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern. Subscribe.
And
We're gonna
Enver
on some trades.
and Enver to the moon.
Enver to the moon. All right. Peace.